Hello guys, this is the first video for the History and Geography channel. This video will talk about the areas where it's not nobody ruling it. Like a long time ago, there were a lot of areas where nobody actually used to rule. Now there's still right now in 2024 there are a lot of areas that now been discovered, but claimed by nations. But there are still areas where no nation actually still claim it. Let's start for the first example. Bir Tawil. This, if you can see this the smaller area, this area is called Bir Tawil. Now this area is not claimed by both Egypt or Sudan. They claim that the other side claimed here. They claim that the other side claimed Bir Tawil, while they claim Halib Triangle. This dispute started when Sudan and Egypt when Sudan and Egypt was a British colony in 1899. During that time, Britain decided to make a border, which was completely a straight line, like from here all the way to here, and there was no problem until the Britain tried to change the border again, and in 1902 the border changed, this time going like this and then going kind of small, going small and then going like this. This allowed allowed Sudan to earn all the areas, and because of that Egypt refused this disputed territory, and because there were two borders, so both sides claimed the territory. Both sides didn't want to take the other land, because if they took the other land, that means they would have to that means the bigger land is owned by the other side. So that's why two nations claim that Egypt claims that the Halib Triangle as a part of theirs, and Sudan claims that the Halib Triangle is a part of them. Plus Bir Tawil, because nobody claims Bir Tawil, so Egypt claims that Bir Tawil is a part of Sudan, and Sudan claims it's a part of Egypt. So because of that, none of the nations want to claim Bir Tawil. So at the end, Bir Tawil is seen as a territory that's not owned by anybody. There were some times where people tried to claim this territory. Like one time, someone declared that his nation will be here to make his daughter a prince. Kind of awesome. Now let's go to the second one. The second example, it's between the Croatian and the Serbian border. If you can see, there are disputed land between Croatia and Serbia. The reason why is because back then, during when Austria-Hungary used to be a nation, Back then, when Austria-Hungary used to be a nation, but the Danube River used to be part of the Austria-Hungary, so it was not a big deal to make a border in this area. But they wanted to divide the area between the Croats and the Serbs, so they made this border, like this, zigzag, like going like that and all of that. The dispute land. So at that time, the Croatians and the Serbs didn't care. But then, as you know, Austria-Hungary lost World War I and the nations collapsed. But it was still under Yugoslavia, so it was not a big problem. Until Yugoslavia collapsed. Then you know what happened. Now, the border would look like that. But the problem is that now the Danube changed, that the border actually changed. So in this situation, the border was now because it had to follow the Danube River, the border now looked like that. And this was not great. Croatians didn't like that, because that means that Serbia actually earned more land. So there are still disputed areas. And because of some disputed areas, there was this. This land, you can see right now, is a land owned by. It is a land that was part of Serbia during the old Danube part, during the old border. So at that time it was part of Serbia. But right when the border changed, this piece of land, Croatia claims it's a part of Serbia, and because it's part of Serbia, this piece of land, and Serbia does not want to claim this, because if they claim this land, they would have to claim the old Danube River, so it will be so Serbia will not benefit from it. So in that reason, this area is now not owned by anyone. There were also times where people tried to claim this land, and it's actually like one time where a person from the Czech Republic went in and claimed it as his own land, calling it Liberland. Now, not sure, as this nation is more doing a lot of stuff, but it's not that much, and not looking like it's going to be recognized. Also, just a note, this land is actually more larger than the size of the Vatican City and Monaco. So that's great. Now let's go on the third or last example. The last example is Antarctica, and you can see that Antarctica is not claimed by anybody. Now you will see some areas of Antarctica claimed by some nations, and yeah, I know about it, but it's still not part of any nation, and any nation could just make a base there. They signed an Antarctic Treaty. The Antarctic Treaty had some stuff. First of all, the Antarctic Treaty, because some nations already claimed some parts of the because some nations claimed part of Antarctica, because of problems, they had to make it that the Antarctica would not be, and there will not be mining or destruction or tank like that to preserve the wildlife in Antarctica. But that's gonna be ending by the 2040s or 2050s. I forgot what was it. So technically, it's basically nobody owns it. But after the 2040s or 2050s, there will still be unclaimed land. If you can see, this area says unclaimed, and that means about the unclaimed territory in Antarctica. Though there were some people trying to claim the nation, but the spot, but it's unsuccessful, as you really need a large population. You do really need a government, which this guy who claimed it didn't even visit this spot to make it that point. So here, and also this tiny part of Norway, I don't know why Norway does not claim it, but this you can see this part right there is not claimed by anybody. Actually, you can see this part is not claimed by anybody, so that's why I'm not sure why. I think so should Norway should be claiming this land, but okay. Also, you can see the disputed land between Argentina, United Kingdom, and Chile. It's not a big deal, but it's gonna be a big deal by the 2040s and 2050s. I don't know. So at the end, these are all the unclaimed lands. Oh, also a note, I forgot to say it. Unclaimed land. The meaning of the unclaimed land, there is a word for it. It's called Terra Nullius. It's usually mean about a territory without a master, and it makes sense. These are the 3 examples of Terra Nullius. I think so. They are the only 3 examples in the world. As I just explained, these are all the Terra Nullius. Like this one, the Egyptian border, where there's a change in the border. Like nobody wants to claim this tiny spot. Also in this is called Bir Tawil. This plot in in the Serb-Croatian border. Nobody wants to claim this part. And also this part, which is called Mary Birdland, it's still not claimed by anybody. So here, now I'm not sure. It says it's claimed by Norway, this tiny small land, but not sure about it. It's still here. So these are the only three parts in the world where nobody is still ruling them. So basically there are no laws. So if you do some murder, you can actually get away with murder in some of these areas because there are no security or that stuff. Okay, I think so. We have just gonna be ending here as the last thing. I hope you love that video. Put the like button and subscribe to this channel. I'm really just new in this YouTube channel, so I hope I do earn a lot of stuff. And thank you and bye.